Hello everyone, Adam's here again with another episode of Ask the Drummer Something. Today we have a couple of questions from our viewers. The first question is, Adams, I really enjoy your drumming. Who invented drums? Ooh, that's a good question. If you refer back to Bible studies in school, which I'm sure you've all done, in the beginning, God created heaven and earth by laying down a wicked beat on the drum set. So that tells me that drums existed before people existed. So drums are older than people. I definitely know drums are older than music. It's a bonus that drums get to play along with music. You know, musicians play, there's that word again. But musicians who play need the working strength of a drummer to bring out the power of music. But drums are much older than music. They go back to before people talked. They're long distance communication before there were cell phones, before there were satellites, before there was smoke signals. There was drums because God laid down a wicked drum beat and made everything. And that's how it all came to be. So the drums, they're not a who invented drums. They're how timeless are drums, and drums are all based on time. Everything about drums is time. So without drums, there is no time. Without time, there is no human experience, because the human experience is the intersection of artificial time and natural time, and that is where we sit. Clock time and orbital time, natural and artificial. So without time, without drums, there is no time. Without time, there is nothing. So thanks a lot. That's a great question. Next question is, Adams, I really enjoy your drumming. What do drummers eat? That's a very good question. Drummers have a high metabolism and they require a lot of sustenance. It's not so much drummers eat as they consume. It's not unknown where some bands tour for the sole specific purpose of feeding the drummer. Just staying in town and doing rehearsals and that, a drummer will eat a band out of house and home, and you have to go on tour. You have to get some per diem, some type of contract and that to make sure the drummer is fed. Usually you have to, like guitar players, that's why they're so skinny, and bass players, because they have to give half of their food to the drummer. Their per diem just doesn't cover the cost of feeding the drummer properly, and it's well known actually. The unfortunate reality is that if a drummer does not eat enough, they will eventually just eat their own extremities, and then a drummer with no hand or arms is pretty much a keyboard player. Not quite, because you do need fingers to play keyboards, but you get the idea. So drummers, what do they eat? They eat anything that's presented in front of them. Usually it's dependent on what's in the cupboards of the house, if they're sleeping on the couch at. Or if they're in one of those rare girlfriend relationship, whatever the girlfriend left around when they went off to work. Other than that, on the road, a lot of burgers and fries. They're the cheapest. They're the most power food. It's kind of funny because there was one short tour I did, and I ate so many burgers and fries that my sweat didn't come out as like liquid. It actually came out like sort of like a lard. You could like scrape it off. Kind of gross, but I'll tell you, there was a moment where I needed that extra boost, and just a cracker and a swipe across the arm, and I got that energy boost, and I was able to finish the show. I don't recommend it, but it worked, and it's just a little salty. Regardless, so what do drummers eat? Drummers eat what they need to eat. Drummers need to be fed. All you bands that out there and that, just keep that in mind. Feed your drummer. So thanks again. This is Adams with another episode of Ask the Drummer Something. We'll see you seeing me next time. Not quite, but yeah. So next time, stop on by again. Bye.